Welcome back to the Value Added Playbook series. In our last video, we made a mindset shift. We decided to stop selling and start adding value. We talked about how Starbucks sells an experience, not just coffee, and how Fiji sells a story, not just water. Today, we get to work on the first and most important pillar, your product. So many businesses are obsessed with what their product is, the features, the specs, the technology, but they completely miss why the customers actually buy it. And because of that, they compete on the price. They add features that nobody wants and they wonder why they aren't growing. Today, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna deconstruct your product's real value and give you the tools to make it what positioning expert April Dunford calls in her fantastic book, Obviously Awesome.
Awesome.
The first concept is a game changer, and it comes from the brilliant Harvard professor Clayton Christensen. He said that people don't buy products, they hire them to do a specific job. Think about that. You don't subscribe to Spotify just to hear songs. You hire Spotify to do a job. What's the job? Maybe it's to make my commute feel shorter and more enjoyable. Or maybe it's to help me focus in a noisy office, or to create that perfect high energy mood for my workout. The job is emotional. The job has context. Christensen's most famous example is the milkshake. A fast food chain wanted to improve its milkshake sales. They asked customers, can we make it chocolatier, cheaper, chunkier? And they got nowhere. Finally, they just watched people who bought milkshakes. They found that nearly half were sold before 8:30 a.m. to people who were by themselves. So they asked them, what job were you hiring that milkshake to do? The answers were incredible. The job was to make a long, boring commute to work more interesting. They needed something that they could hold in one hand that would take a long time to finish and would keep them from getting hungry before lunch. What was the milkshake really competing against? Not other milkshakes. It was competing against a banana. It was gone too fast, or a donut, which is messy, or a bagel that you have to put cream cheese or jam on. The milkshake was the best tool for that job. Once they understood that, they could make it better for the job, make it thicker to last longer, add tiny fruit chunks to make it more interesting to sip. Once you understand the real job, you can re-engineer your product value. The best tool for this comes from the book Blue Ocean Strategy by W. Chan Kim and Renee Mauborgne, and it's called the ERRC grid, which is eliminate, reduce, raise, and create. Instead of just adding more features, this forces you to think differently. Let's use a great example, the Nintendo Wii. Back in the mid-2000s, the video game industry was all about more. More processing power, more realistic graphics, more complex controllers. Sony's PlayStation and Microsoft's Xbox were in an arms race. Nintendo used a blue ocean strategy. They didn't try to beat the competition, they made them irrelevant. And here's what they did with the Wii. They eliminated the focus on HD graphics and high-end processing power. They drastically reduced the complexity of the controller and the price point. They raised the level of easy, intuitive fun and the family-friendly factor. They created a completely new way to play games with motion controllers. They didn't win by adding more, they won by being different. And Nintendo isn't alone in this. Other companies have used this exact strategy to redefine their industries. Cirque du Soleil, they eliminated animal acts and star performers from the traditional circus, and they created a new form of entertainment that blended circus with theater for a sophisticated adult audience. Yellowtail Wine, they eliminated the complex, intimidating jargon from wine labels and created fun, simple, and accessible wine for people who just wanted to enjoy a drink without a lecture.
Château Aubryon, 1959. Magnificent.
Okay, you found the job to be done, and you've innovated your product's core value. The final step is to make sure that your product feels valuable from the very first second. This is about perfecting the physical presentation through design and packaging. The undisputed master in this is Apple. Think about opening a new iPhone. The weight of the box, the perfect snug fit of the lid that glides off slowly, the satisfying sound when you peel the plastic off the screen. Every detail screams quality, and it validates your decision to spend a lot of money. It's not just about tech's minimalist aesthetics. Think about high-end cosmetics or skincare. A $200 face cream doesn't come in a cheap plastic tube. It comes in a heavy, beautifully designed glass jar that feels substantial in your hand. The packaging is designed to be displayed on a vanity, not hidden in a drawer. The presentation communicates luxury, efficacy, and self-care before you even open it. In both cases, the packaging isn't just a container. It's the first chapter of the product's story and a powerful signal of its value. So, to recap the 3 steps of adding massive value to your physical product. First, find the job to be done. Stop asking what your product is and start asking what your customer is hiring it for. Innovate with ERRC. Don't just add features. Think about what you can eliminate, reduce, raise, or create to stand out. Perfect the presentation. Sweat the small details of design packaging. They send a powerful message about your product's quality. Your homework this week is simple, but I promise you, it will be an eye-opener. Talk to 5 of your best customers, but don't ask them, do you like our product? Instead, ask them these 2 questions. Think about the last time you used our product. What were you trying to accomplish? Before you had our product, what did you use to do that job instead? The answers will be gold.
I love gold!
You'll learn who your real competitors are and what the real job is. Share what you learned in the comments below. It'll be fascinating to see. Make sure you subscribe because once your product is a value machine, you need to wrap it in an incredible human experience. In our next video, we dive into service value and how to turn your customer support into a secret marketing weapon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.